Stein penned the famous line, "A rose is a rose is a rose." But Gertrude was wrong. A rose isn't always a rose. Sometimes it can be the sign of a miracle.
Good Monday morning and welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown. In case you couldn't tell through our main title sequence, Perked-Up Roses and Rosewood is back, at least for the next 3 weeks, celebrating Gen Trans season of The Bachelorette. Of course, season history books is the first 3&B's Bachelorette, but that's just on the surface. If she does no good, she won't stay in the history books. Let's hope she rightfully earns her place, ideally sharing it with the man of her dreams. Around here, we're holding down fort once again, bringing home 3 of our most prolific, pitchy power players home on a budget. The Bachelor and Pretty Little Liars, Roses and Rosewood, Pennsylvania, respectively. All puffed up with the new kids on the block compared to these 2 veterans. Friends. They may be new-ish to me, but for the past couple of years, they've been carving a righteous path of sexy exuberance. And they'll do so again as we examine 3 magazines. 1 Us Weekly and 2 OK magazines. All of them procured for free from waiting rooms. In the case of Us Weekly from November 6, 2023, the waiting area at the Ulta Beauty at Wayne Town Center, and for the 2 OK magazines, across the street from headquarters at my lawyer's office. The receptionist at both places let me keep them. Always asked, never steal. We ain't no criminals around here. Anyway, cover stories. Justin Timberlake under fire. Then again, these days, isn't every former boy band member or boy band-ish performer turned family man under fire and then bouncing back? Taylor and Travis, you know who they are, getting serious. Lori Harvey's Beauty Essentials that are Us Weekly exclusive. And Torrey Spelling and Dee McDermott's messy split. You know me, I'm all for what's beyond the surface. And good news for you Swifties out there, I'm not gonna make you wait for your reigning, defending, yet undisputed Miss Americana. Because he actually kicks this off. Don't know what I mean? Or don't already have this? I'll show you. In the red carpet section, we have here some spicy Spice Girls. From ginger to pumpkin and cinnamon, stars are warming things up in a fall-perfect palette. As a matter of fact, first in line is Taylor Swift. Go fig. I assume this is cinnamon, although I am not the least bit expert when it comes to fashion trends. But this is a $98 dress paired with boots. The dress was made by Reformation and she modeled this September 19th. I assume this is a cinnamon look. And I assume this is ginger and this is pumpkin. Keep in mind that this issue is actually Halloween tinged after the fact. We move on to some hot picks and some cats out of the bag. These stars share the spotlight with their feline friends. Among them are 4-legged furry supporters of the Screen Actors Guild strike. And they're paired with Chicago Med co-stars Marina Scorciati, Torrey DeVitto, and Nick Gelfus. No disrespect to Chicago Med, but us PLL fans know that Torrey DeVitto came on our turf first as Melissa Hastings. But Lord knows at the time I only had eyes for her hot and stupendously intelligent sister Spencer Hastings, Troyan Belisario. Oh, just mentioning her name brings back a flood of memories that just give me such a pure and unadulterated shot of estrogen. Or maybe it's some other type of chemical like serotonin. Whatever. I like Torrey DeVitto, she was fine, but no match for Troyan. Okay, moving on. Oh, by the way, this month we're actually babysitting our aunt's dog again, Spicy. So don't be surprised if you see him again on another video. But we move on now to what's hot in Hollywood. Taylor Swift and Kansas City Chiefs superstar Travis Kelce heating up. The smitten singer and her NFL star boyfriend are making plans for the future, with Kelsey purchasing a new $6 million home in Kansas City with upgraded security and making Taylor feel special any way he can, making her feel safe and protected. And those phrases, by the way, are said in quotation marks. They're comfortable about each other, no drama, really happy. You know, I think this is just a continuing phase of Taylor Swift. You find one mate and then another and another and another, and the phases keep growing and growing and growing, lasting longer and longer and longer, until she'll eventually be ready to settle down, and it looks like this guy just may be the man to achieve probably the Mount Everest of all Hollywood relationships right now, wifing up Taylor Swift. It's too soon, but eventually, like clockwork, the rumor mill will spin again, and the next thing you know, engagement rumors will be just coming out like Engagement Gate or Watergate or whatever. It will be noticeable, and we will hear about it. And Swifties will freak out until the end of days. In keeping up with us, oh, does this take me back? Oh, baby, Ashley Benson, expecting her first child with fiancé, now husband, Brandon Davis. A source tells Us Weekly Ashley's always wanted to be a mom. It's stories like this that definitely warm the heart, but also make it yearn even more for the days of the unmitigated emperor of PLL fashion and sass, Hanna Marin. If Hanna Marin got wifed up, so can Ashley Benson. And hey, if you're an equally well-to-do grandson of a wealthy millionaire in the oil industry, chances are you got something going on and can have your pick of the attractive litter. Let's just hope in the long run, things don't get too greasy between the two, or should we say now, three of them. Moving on to Hollywood Horror High. I told you that this was Halloween tinged after the fact. It came out after Halloween. Blood, sweat, and tears. These A-list stars got their starts in scary flicks, like Paul Rudd in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, Katherine Heigl in Bride of Chucky, Johnny Depp, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Meg Ryan, Renee Zellweger, Matthew McConaughey, Leonardo DiCaprio. All of them are versatile actresses, but almost all of them would never do horror again. Among them, Jennifer Aniston, who starred in her first ever feature film called Leprechaun. She really thought she arrived when she did that. Then again, it was panned by critics, it bombed at the box office, but it became a cult classic in large part to a certain TV role she would book about a year later, Rachel on Friends. As I said before, Jennifer Aniston is the biggest representative for Friends on this channel, whereas Lucy Hale is the biggest representative for Pretty Little Liars. But she's not in this issue, and there is no one major representative for Bachelor Nation, the entire Bachelor franchise across this entire series, even without Friends. I have Leprechaun, I watched Leprechaun, I like it. I mean, her performance wasn't as strong as it could be, but she was definitely somebody to watch out for. If nothing else, she was definitely fine as a Burberry nail. Link below to check out my review of Leprechaun, done for St. Patrick's Day, Abby. Once again, this is Halloween tinged, so if you're looking for some scary good treats for your next horror movie binge fest, which should include Leprechaun, you might want to try out these brain cupcakes, made by the host of Food Network's Halloween Cooking Challenge, and YouTube's Dirty Nummies, Rosanna Pansino. She wouldn't recommend eating the actual brains, but she won't stop you from eating these raspberry-flavored cupcakes. They look gruesome at first, but you won't regret ripping them up. As is, there will be blood, from Breaking Bad alums Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston, with a shot of their Dos Hombres Mexicali liquor. And finally, 25 things you didn't know about former Bachelorette and former member of F-Boy Island, Katie Thurston. These 25 things definitely do cover up roses. Mostly in a few places, not all of them. but I'm most keen on item number 8, and that would be being voted most likely to be on reality TV in high school. High school superlatives, they can tell a lot. I think that's about it for this one. Us Weekly, November 6th, 2023. 4.5 out of 5 claps. 1 down, 2 to go. But I should say, OK Magazine, a little bit shady in the fact-checking department, but at least they deliver the goods. You'll see what I mean in the next couple of weeks, which means I gotta put this fire issue of Us Weekly out. I appreciate you watching, and don't forget to stop and smell both the roses and the coffee. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.